Hello. I am back again. Second time today, live. I don't know what happened. I'm very curious. I can imagine that my connection with my MacBook Pro isn't the best. So I'm now currently streaming at a resolution of 920 times 1080, so normal HD format, I hope. um I'm currently streaming at 7,000, 8,000 kilobit per second, 60 frames per second, and it's steady. Wow. So what did I do? I'm streaming on my MacBook Pro. I streamed last week over Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi on the MacBook, if you are just, browsing the internet, doing some other internet stuff, you know, runs fine. My internet connection, I have 600 something megabit per second. Hey, Mr. Maker, welcome. Sup. Um, so MacBook Pros are wonderful machines as long as they suits the needs. Um, so I was talking about my internet connection. So I'm using Zico. Mr. Maker knows the brand. I have the highest or the most fastest package what I can get here in Venray where I'm living. So if I go one direction, I'm not sure. If I'm going to the west, I'm going to Eindhoven. When I'm going to the north, I'm going to Nijmegen. But we are so close to the borders of the state or provincie, state Brabant. It's yeah, it's we are living on the edge. But anyways, so Zico six. I'm paying for 500, but they pumping so much internet speeds through the wires. When I'm very close to the router, I can get 600 megabit per second over the wire. So it took me a little while, but I drilled some holes to concrete through the walls, making sure that I have one wire running from my router downstairs. And you can imagine that it is. I'm now at the first floor. You have to go all the way to the other direction, and then going down. So it was a lot of work. I bought a drill bit like 25 centimeters long for concrete. I have not one. I've got two holes because in one hole at 10 centimeters there was some barbed wire. Barbed wire? No. Not barbed wire. Barbed wire is you can rebar. So Reserve Limburgers. No, thanks a lot, Mr. Minger. So I just switched off the Wi-Fi, so I'm streaming via docking station. I'm streaming directly over the cable, so that's one. And in the stream settings, I was looking to the advanced, and there you have the encoder setting, software or hardware. Even though this MacBook isn't that fast, I have set it over from software over to hardware because there is a graphics card built in, even though the MacBook is already 3 years old. Hey, that cube, how are you doing? No more choppiness. No more choppiness. What do we want? No more choppiness. Um, if I'm looking here to the back end of YouTube, it does look more smoother. And I see that my CPU is at 30%. It's in my opinion still a lot compared to the MSC computer, which is not here, and the MacBook is still here. Me and my big mouth. I said, well, I'm going to switch over to Windows, get a gaming PC, i7, 32 bits, 32 RAM, whatever. And look what I'm using currently to stream with. My MacBook. Welcome to Windows. Yeah, people saying, oh, you can also install Linux on it. But, you know, the point is with Linux, it's a fun thing to experiment. But I don't want to be in the experimental realm when I need to edit my videos, when I want to do some stuff that doesn't need for me to discover everything. You know, I've got a little Raspberry Pi with Linux on it. It runs fine, but you know, trying to use OBS on there, I can do it, but it's not working that great. Hey, Zachary, how are you doing? Well, Martin, I'm doing fine. Tell me more about your 5-hour print. Upload sucks a bit with Zigo. Sometimes I got those offers, and KPN, the other provider, they're asking, "Hey, Zachary, we want to make you an offer." Then I said, before you say anything more, I'm living in Venray. Zigo is now currently my internet provider, and I've got a package with 500 megabit, but I'm getting 612. Can you offer a better deal on my address? Yes or no? If it is below the 500, just say have a nice day and just hang up. We all know what happens. I mean, KPN, they called me one time after that. They called me. They said, you know, Zachary, there is a talk going on with the gemeente Venray, the place where I'm living, and we are working on fiberglass. And I say, hey, I've heard that as well. I think that call was 2 weeks after the announcement. And so he said, when I'm looking to your address, we can now provide fiberglass or internet over fiberglass. And I was like, really? Oh, yeah, because our computer says that that it is available on your address. I said, just 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks ago was this agreement with KPN and the city that we can get fiberglass. But from the place where I lived for, I think, 1.5 years, so I think 18 months or something like that, that place got fiberglass, and everywhere, every sidewalk had what was some road work where they put the tubes inside to put the fiberglass through. I said to the guy from the provider, I said, you know, in your computer can it be available? But during the time, I didn't see anything happening in my street, let alone in the city center. So you say that's available? Please check and then call me back, okay? Because I don't believe anything what you're saying right now. I know, I see that in some places that they are doing something with green tubes, but I think they using for fiberglass orange, but I can be mistaken. Fiberglass is the bomb. Yeah, waiting on it. Sign up for it 1 year ago. I did sign up for it. I think 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I lost count because KPN, the fastest that they can offer through their phone connection is 200 megabit, and I'm paying something like 30 euros for it. I'm like, okay, so I'm paying like almost 80 euros. It's quite more, but the internet connection is quite stable. Sometimes they have the tendency to do updates during the night when I'm uploading my videos or maybe doing live streams, and suddenly no internet connection. I hate that when they do that. Just on the moment that you're uploading. Because if you are uploading yes, yeah, the sorry for the shake sometimes. You know, if you're uploading videos on YouTube, there is a certain moment that you have to stay online. It says also by the window, don't close this window until the uploading process is succeeded. After that, so if the upload is successful, it starts processing, then you can then all shit can happen. Um so it's crazy. DCS Martin, it's a massive bullet shell. It's 110 180 millimeters tall. Now tomorrow I will print the top part of it, which is an extra. Oh, nice. That's nice. um Especially on the i3 MKS2. Yeah, it's you are getting much better prints out of it, right? Or decent prints. Where are you living, by the way, Martin? um that cube, sorry, I didn't see your question. Check the summer sale on Ali, nice offers. We are going to check that a little bit later because I have something that I want to show you. um but I'm not going to respond to the chat because I might take this part of the video for making a special video so that people don't have to watch the whole live stream if they want to look at this. Using or multitasking, or how would you say that, by the way? So currently on the artillery sidewinder X2, it's printing. Hey, running fine. I'm now printing a tool drawer cover for a belt printer. This belt printer is going to be assembled from parts from the Ender 3 Pro, some 3D printed parts. If you are watching behind me, you will see a lot of red parts. If you are following me on Twitter, you will also see parts coming by, all printed on the QD tag. Today I switched off, or yesterday I switched off the QD tag. Why? Because all parts that I had to print in ABS are done. There's nothing more that I can print because all the other parts are bigger. And because they are bigger, I don't have a machine or an enclosed machine that it's working fine. I'm looking at you, Ender 6. No, currently I have some of the other issues with the Ender 6. I need to make a nice, decent profile. And when it is working, I can, I have to go. Bedtime. Okay, fine. Thank you for being here, Mr. Maker, and sleep well, my friend. So the Ender 6, I need to do something about it. But it's not my first priority. I made my videos about it. Now it's sitting there, serving as a cleaner environment for the filament spools. Um, so the Ender 3, I need to convert it into a belt printer. It's called the TIG Tech belt printer, the uh, UE3 belt printer. Um, it's a nice project, but I'm not going to build it during a live stream. I want to do all the steps and try to record as much as I can, clear as I can, so that everybody can follow along. Because this is going to be something that, sorry, doesn't have any IKEA style build instructions. So you need to check everything and think with logic. How many printers do you have? That's a great question, Martin. I have many. I do know that some people are getting printers, and I do get printers now as well. Um, I I I said to myself, I quit. Uh, I'm going to quit buying new printers. I'm going to use that what I have. If brands want to send me a printer, they are free to they are free to feel. No, Hmm, maybe I want that, maybe I don't. I don't know. They are free to send me a 3D printer. Of course, there are some little terms that I want to have before they are actually sending something, because I don't want to keep a printer for a 5-star review on Amazon, let alone a positive review of a 3D printer on YouTube or TikTok or anything anywhere else. I think um, I think the best thing, most people that are getting a 3D printer for free to review, um, I I don't want to call it a review. I would call it a, just like just like the Focus. Did you see any review from me? No, you didn't. I have not called it a review. I have called it uh, my thought. No, my the first. Oh, I lost it. I lost the title. Um, it's some. Hey, non-fam, how you doing, sir? Uh, I think it's more called uh, first impressions and my thought about, or the Focus Odin. Most of the time, I use the name of the brand, the name of the model, and model number. So, like the video of today, Creality Ender 3 S1 Plus. Closer look. That closer look is always a video that I have made without having the printer itself. So if people thinking that I have the printer, no, I don't have. I'm going to view it as, hey, what is this? Where is this printer all about? Can I do something with it? Can my viewers do something with it? And what do I think about it? Would I spend some money for that? There is also tomorrow, if I have the time for it and I do manage to get a video out, there will be a video out about some Kickstarter accessory for your 3D printer. Swapper 3D. Anyways, but coming back to the question, how many printers do I have? Um, I have. I'm going to start counting anti-clockwise. I've got there on the top, I've got a Voron V0.1 self-built. I really need to finish that one. Next to it, next to my PlayStation, the Anycubic Viper. Usually the printers that are way above high are the printers that are currently waiting or not being used, because I have a lot of printers that I cannot use because they are too high and I have too little space. But still, I have a lot of printers here. Then currently here on that side, the artillery sidewinder X2 is printing. Above that, I have the JG Maker Artist D Pro. It's an IDEX 3D printer, but it sucks. If you are watching one of my, if you're watching all the videos of the channel, you never saw a review about that printer or the Sidewinder X2, because the X2 is one printer that I received from Artillery themselves. The JG Maker Artist D is a printer. I've got issues with it because the second extruder, it's a little bit hard. First impressions, yeah. And after that, no review at all. Maybe I should do. Maybe. I don't know. But the JG Maker Artist D is a printer that I bought with my own money. But as long as I don't get nice, showable prints out of it, I'm not going to review it. And because it is also my first IDEX 3D printer, well, actually, there is a second IDEX printer, but I cannot show it yet. Still in the box. The problem is, I can say, this is a crappy printer, it doesn't work, but it's my fault because it is my first IDEX 3D printer. I touched the right side extruder, and I was also calibrating the offset, making it almost impossible to get something correct. Nonfam, thank you for sharing also the you are a great admin, man. Thanks. So next to the shelf is the what am I doing? I'm stupid. So next to that is the Afelson QQS Pro. It's a wonderful Delta 3D printer, but because it is too tall, I cannot put them on the spot where I used to have it. Hey, Lewis, how are you doing? You're building my own IDEX. Wow. So all the way to the top, there is the Ender 3 V2. It's running fine, but since I had to do a little 3D printer carousel, it's standing right above there. Next to the on the other level, there is the Focus Odin 5F3. Next to it is the BQBX. A little bit down is a CNC milling router machine from Conveyor, the Robo CNC router. So above here, I hope everything on the camera will stay right. So there is the Ender 3 Pro. That one is going to be adapted to the belt printer. Next to it is the Easy Treat X1 standing on the Anycubic Mega Zero. That one was gifted by the 3D Printing Belgium. Just the same as this 3D printer, it's the G-Tech 8NT. It's a triple color or 3-to-1 extruder 3D printer. It can print multiple colors. It is an amazing machine. It does work pretty well. Under there is the Voronized Ender 6. Wonderful machine. But currently it's storage for my filaments. Then I've got here two Prusa machines. One is the Prusa Mini. Wow. And next to that is the CTC Prusa i3 MK2. But this is a clone. It's not the original one. But a lot of times when people are seeing this printer, they say, hey, it's the Prusa. No, it's not the Prusa. Because if you're looking to the Prusa Mini, the orange that you see on that printer, it's the original orange color. So then we have the resin corner, or the resin shelf. That is the Elegoo Mars 2 Pro and the wash and cure station. And down here is the QD Tech X Plus. It's a wonderful machine. I do need to say that because I print a lot of things on it and I didn't have any issue. Only when it was my fault. Too less filament, or it doesn't have any filament run out sensor. So if you are starting a print and you are printing something like 500 grams, but you have only 200 grams on it, yeah, it will drag the last part of the filament through the extruder, and then you have a little tip over that you cannot reach. So you need to disassemble the whole direct drive extruder. And then the two CR2 and the B printers. That one I bought last year with my own money, and the other one I won this year during a live stream from Reality in April. And there is some comparison that I can make in a future video. So I did see some differences. Hey, Christian, do I say that correctly? I don't want to, I don't want to bassle your name. Not that hard. No. Oh, you're okay. So from an existing 3D printer, you are making a IDEX out of it. Which printer do you use for that? Because I know there is a conversion kit for the Ender 3 Pro or the Ender 3 V2. Maybe also for the first Ender, I don't know. Also for the BQBX, I know that there is also an IDEX kit for. And for the Sidewinder? Cas. Do I say that as Cas or Cas? Cas. Cool. Are you one who recommends SaintSmart TPU? This stuff was awesome, and I just made my girlfriend a new bike. Oh, cool. No. I have Prusa. Oh, so I do have a spool of flexible filament, but I have never used it. And I'm not going to say I'm never going to use it, but I have so many ideas, but sometimes so less time to actually make projects. So like the belt printer is going to be one of my first projects that I want to cover on the channel. I also did the Star Destroyer. I hope nobody is going to remind me to finish that. Or the or the Voron. But anyways, I have several 3D printers where I can use TPU on. But the best thing is always use it on a direct drive printer. So Gaz says Ender S, the Ender 3S Pro. I have Prusa on the way. Which one? The MK3S or the Prusa Mini Plus? Which one? ANET's A8 Plus with a bare mod. It's wider. And it has the 2060. Oh, the thicker one. The one that the sidewinders are or which artillery is using for their sidewinders. They are massive. Are you ever gonna give away any printers? Well, I want to give away a printer that actually works, or that I didn't do too much modifications on it. Oh, that! Oh man! Oh my gosh! The MK3S. That's the one that I really, really would like to have. Um, I can give away a lot of printers because, um, yeah. Why can I do that? Because I need to have some space. But on the other hand, I'm always this kind of type of person that thinks I might need this printer, maybe because the people are going to ask questions or um, want to know stuff, and if I don't have the printer anymore, I'm not able to answer their questions or see with the issue if I can help them to solve it, you know? If you give away a printer, make sure give it to a school or institute that needs it. Yeah. Yeah, wow. That's cool, Kaz. Kaz. Sorry. I need to, um I need to get used to the name. I say Louis, but I think it is Louis. Louis. Um, if some people know my channel, there is one printer that is not here anymore, and that is the ANET ET4. That one I did give away to somebody who I picked the option to build it so I can figure out the inner workings a bit more. Yeah, I think, cause it's amazing to do sometimes something that you can learn from. I mean, most things are not that hard. I mean, I'm going to build a belt printer that I've seen from pictures, um, and there's no build instruction. I've got here underneath my desk, I have a kit with different kind of material in it that is needed for this conversion for the Ender 3 into a belt 3D printer. Hey, Astro Printer! One of my other friends. He's streaming a lot on Twitch, twitch.tv/astroprinter, I believe, right? So I'm going to convert my Ender 3 Pro into a Tic Tac belt printer. I've got a lot of ABS printed parts over there. I want to have the color scheme red and black, but the problem is the QD Tech and also the other two printers are not big enough to print the ABS parts. The Tic Tac is a train wreck. Did you put it on the train tracks then? So I'm going to give my shot. But the parts like the housing for the main board and the tool drawer, those things needs to be printed on a bigger printer. And I've got a Sidewinder which is now currently printing the housing where the tool drawers is going inside. The printer has two tool drawers, one big one and one smaller one. I don't know why there are two, but we will see. You should do live streams of any sort of printers on YouTube. You should do live streams of. Oh, Yeah, I can do that. But the thing is, um, yeah, what is the thing? I used to do that in the earlier days, very early days. I had, can you imagine? I just had two 3D printers. One was the CTC Prusa, the plywoods ANET 3D printer. The be careful that it doesn't catch on fire printer. And that one was not working, so I had the Ender 3 Pro. And I was printing a lot of parts for a robot called InMove, a life-size humanoid robot. And my printer, the Ender 3, was printing for 3 months. And for the time that I was at my work, I had this webcam set up to the printer, so that when I was at work, I could watch the live stream. So yes, I had a 3 month going on live stream of me printing parts. Hey, Filament Frenzy! Could stream to Maker Deck. Yeah, I see a lot of things, but I am clueless how that works. You're also doing an InMove. I have printed all my parts in PLA because I had something like, maybe I'm going to, do the electronics, and we will see. But now everything is, I don't want to say in pieces, but I think I'm going to rebuild the whole robot without the electronics, just for the display. Because, I miss the guy. Oh, I have in total 3 webcams that I can use. But currently with my laptop, it's... Maybe I can look for it to use my Raspberry Pi, get a decent internet connection, put a webcam to it, and see if I can get a decent stream. Because I think MakerDeck works with Streamyards. Oh, Paggy. White Paggy is cool. So, because I have now the possibility to print very nice ABS parts, but not only ABS parts, I can also print nylon and nylon carbon fiber. I've got a lot of amazing possibilities. But I know that for the inner torso... Just a second. I know for the inner torso, so the skeleton, there you want to have the parts or the plastics that are very very heavy duty. For the chest, the arm plates, all the other things that are just cosmetic, there you can use different kind of colors, different kind of... You can also apply, and maybe that's a cool thing that you also can try out, Lewis. See if you can smooth the shells, so that you get a very nice shell for the outside. Oh, and try for the face. Try to find some skin color filament, so that the face almost looks like a real robot, real human face. It's easy. I've streamed there. Okay, yes, Streamyards. Okay. So can heated chamber? No, it's not an active heated chamber. Maybe I'm going to find something for it. But if my bed is at 100 degrees, the chamber is around the 60, 70, maybe 80 degrees. So it's warm enough to do Paggy prints, or no, to do nylon prints with it. I have a busy week getting cables to make cables to run my 3D printer, chuck rotary for my laser. Yeah. Wow, cool. I only print PLA and ABS now. I'm thinking getting more white or red TPU. Nice. Nice. Yeah, you do prop making. Oh, I didn't know. But hey, that's very nice to know this. Oh, I'm also a member of the Facebook group of Immove, but when I was very active there, I'm a little bit less active, of course. But I saw a very smooth face, and I was like, "That is dang, that is very nice." And if you can make the eyes glass-like so that everything looks as almost real, that would be sick. That would be amazing. Actually, I have a question about PLA. I'm finding that my printer skips in almost the same spot as certain, but 10 to 30. Yeah. Which temperature are you using for the filament? Or is it possible that possible size of the model is not within range of the printer? And yes, that is also possible. If you are printing way smaller than the build plate and you get something like that, then it's not the range of the model. But it can be. I've got here a small model. It's shiny, and when it is shiny, you can see it pretty well. So one of the things that you can see on a model is the seam. You can pick random spots for it. Where is, because this is looking very smooth. Yeah, because here you see also a little line. Filament from Creality. I print as smooth as. Yeah, I use that term as well here. Wow. Oh my gosh. I mean, if I'm looking to this little John Wick figure and I see this, I still see lines, but man, that is looking so nice. But just imagine that you can, smooth it even more. Huh? Stephen from CNC Kitchen? What? Stefan? No, this is John Wick. So we have 3 likes and 5 current viewers. If you enjoy this, please give a like. It will help the other bots of the YouTube side. I've got also here C3PO. Of course in gold. I mean, which other color? Print hotter. This one. This one is a great print. Yeah, I like it too. I have a lot of minis. I can print quite a lot. I did contact Waxter if it is possible to get all his minis, and so he did. But I had also other needs with the filament. I'm not saying that I need a filament sponsor, but sometimes it's nice to get some extra filaments. So every single time, and maybe also a pro tip for everybody else, Just subscribe to many of the brands that are selling filaments. Everyone, Extruder. Which other brand do I order quite a lot now from? Eson. Which other brands? Yeah, I have also 3D form makers, but those filaments are a little bit more expensive. But just check when there is a sale, because if you are subscribed to their newsletters and they have a 30% off, 40% off, or 50% off, then that would help quite a lot, because I've got now for from filament 1 EU, I've got now six spools of filament. They are looking quite nice. I've got a box with 10 spools of filament, all from Everyone and Surprise, the second brand from Everyone. Nice, nice filaments. So that's all going well. Hey, Zolon, what's 3D printing? I do talk and print. I'm not showing anything being printed, huh? I can try to add a second camera, but I need to check if it works. Put the camera over there, because I'm calling it a yeah, I can. No, I can. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Oh, I need a filament sponsor for Toys for Tots. Oh, one other brand that I buy quite a lot of filaments from, Polymaker. Their Polyterra is quite expensive, quite cheap. That's the opposite. It's quite expensive, quite cheap. I won a resin printer. Which one did you win? And I think with Loyal Moses, or where did you win it? With a giveaway from? Yeah, just which brand? Elegoo? As video capture device? G Tech C20. You need 60 spools. Okay. So I try to see if I can get any closer. Of course. Just a second. Oh wait, that camera is also attached to that one. Druk niet. So the camera that I had before is gone. So I need to check what happened. Because I pulled the cable and there my webcam is also attached to. So I don't know what happened with that one. T. Yeah, okay, so no webcam there because I don't know what happened. So stupid this. Okay, anyways, I do need to say that this webcam is a few some time old. Yeah, I don't know. It was working and now it isn't working. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I can also put that camera on there. I can do that as well. Yeah, it's a talking out, no print. Well, there is something printing, so talk and print. Yeah, still in the name, still happening. Maybe I'm going to look later at it and see if I can get it right. But you know, the problem is there is a USB hub with there also this camera on, and if that one fails, then this camera is also gone. So yeah. It was a random Facebook giveaway. Anycubic photo mono 4K. That is a nice one. 4K? Yeah. Cool. I'm going to grab something to drink because talking gets me a little bit dry mouth. I need to keep hydrated. So you have 3 printers printing. Beer time. No, just water. There were some times I think some other how you call viewers that always returning viewers, or the viewers that know my channel by now, that I used to have some live streams where I just drink some beer. But the problem is, YouTube never made a problem of it. I think they never really did. But you know, I used to be bigger. I when I watched my yesterday, I was editing the video from that was released today, and regulars. How you call that? Okay, cool. Thank you, Astropinta. I was editing a video yesterday, and because I said something about the Ender 3S 1 Plus. I was making a little joke. When is the Max coming out? You know, I was like, I think I already said that. So I was looking it up in my previous videos. And I was like, hey, I just got this piece out. I put it in the video now, you know, as a little flashback. When I also said, when is the Max coming? Because Creality Ender 3 as the Ender 3, the Ender 3 Pro, the Ender 3 Max. So I was like, okay, we have a Pro. Is there now the next one Max going to be? No, of course not. It's going to be Plus. So I was spraakwater, ja. Spraakwater les dorst. Huh? I think that today's video, I made a little bit different edits than usually do. So I think when I was rewatching it, I think it was one of my better videos. Put a little bit more efforts in it, but yeah, posting the wrong time because it's now summer. But I cannot sit still when I see that there are new printers coming. I want to cover it. I want to be the first one who talks about it before it is everywhere on YouTube, because just like the Anycubic printers from a few weeks ago, if the brand announced a 3D printer and people are posting them as a review on YouTube, I don't need to make any video about it, right? So now Creality announced the Ender 3 S1 Plus. So I was like, hey, I'm going to make a video about it and then post it and see what the viewers are thinking of it as well. And also, yeah, you know, giving my ideas and thoughts about it. That's not water, that's vodka. How do you know? It's a lot of vodka. But I cannot say that I don't have any alcohol here. I've got plenty. Alcohol, water. Who says what is what? Anyways, make a MMU video, and this year an MMU is on discount. Just an idea. You know, the thing is, Lewis, I don't have an MK3S, and I don't have the MMU. If I have to buy those two things, the yeah, it's a wonderful machine. I want to print in multicolor, not only with the G-Tech, because it is limited to 3 different kind of colors. I want to have different colors. So I'm going to check with Music if they want to collaborate with my channel and see if I can get the Palette 3 Pro. I agree with you, Lewis. And so that is also the direction going. But you know, the thing is, to do projects, to do more builds, that needs also more planning time. And since I'm from the easy format videos, build something takes more time. And I want to, if possible, make every week a new video where possible. One week I'm doing something, the other one I'm making a video about new printers. And that is the thing that I now these days or these weeks are doing. So next to here, I have a Kaiwu 3D IDEX 3D printer standing. It's something that they want to promote, So this week I'm going to assemble it, take pictures, make little videos, and then in the end I have a built IDEX 3D printer. So I am thinking about it to do something. I need to think about it, how I'm going to do that, but I need to have some space. That's the biggest hint I'm going to give, because I need to have some room. Wait and see tomorrow. There will be a video about it because I have my opinion about it. I spat them out during my recording. I mean, the idea behind it is great, but I think personally, I think 400 Canadian dollars is way too much for something that you need parts for and where you need to print some parts for. And you need to have an MMU or you have a Prusa to attach it to. If you don't have a Prusa, it will not happen. I also did see, because you are adding a extra weight on the right hand side of your printer, you need to modify your mainboard housing with some extra fan and some extra heat sinks to dissipate the heat that is going to go to your board. So the Swapper 3D looks amazing. I like the idea behind it, but the execution of it, it's terrible. Okay, I'm going to continue with it. I see a lot of potential in it, but the noise it makes from those servo motors, for example, well, the MK3S isn't the most silent Prusa printer. I think all Prusa printers are not that silent. Hey, Anne. Good evening, sir. The hang printer. Yeah. If somebody, if I would ever have built this printer, you know, the hanging printer, and somebody says, "Hey, Zachary, how's it hanging?" Huh? Is it hanging then? Anyways, but I like that idea of the hanging printer, but the problem is I don't have that much space. And where I have space, I have a lot of dust and a lot of wood laying around, which I still didn't manage. And tomorrow I'm planning a lot of things, but I also need to do other things as well. So, the nozzle changer. Yeah, so on that one. One of the other problems, I'm now just bashing it. Huh? The problem that the idea of swapping the nozzle, nice, but the extruder is also changed. It's not the from the MK3, but it is a different one. So the nozzle is getting pulled out, then the filament is cut, and something like that. It takes it out, and then it cuts the filament, and then it drops it into the little wheel, then takes a new nozzle and then puts it in there as well. But in my opinion, what if, so for example, a normal MMU has 4 different kind of colors that you can use. So if you go back to the first nozzle, what's going to happen with the filament? How long is the time? Because they are saying that this printer or this solution will be way faster than the standard MMU with the purge blocks. So I've already reading the um, you can attach a MMU to anything. Oh, also the Swapper 3D. I think it has too many moving parts to be reliable. Um, True. And what I also saw, does it stay on one level? So if you are printing the first things, then it goes higher, swap the nozzle, then goes back. How does that work? It's slow. It's crazy slow. Any color changer. I think it's I don't I'm not really sure, but for me it seems that something like the palette is a little bit faster because the pieces of color are going to be added in the whole chain. My question about that would be, how would that work if you need extraction in the first couple of minutes millimeters of extrusion, but the filament is cut inside of the nozzle heat break? Yes, non-fam, that is a question that I was wondering myself, because you have this little tube, the heat break, then it's cutting it off there, and then it is going into the wheel of maybe unfortune. Those nozzles are not being heated anymore. So how is that going to work? I try to get my mind on it to understand how it works, because if that whole part is not being heated, is going to be placed back, then go crazy, carrot feeder. Ooh. Uh-huh. So it's go okay. For example, it takes the older nozzle, puts it back, and it's going to be heated up. What is going to happen? There are still some little filament residue. Can it get into a clogged nozzle? Heat break? It has a small optical sensor between the extruder and the heat break. Okay. My planning was to the video from today was also the Swapper 3D be added to. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make a special video about that part, because I have think I don't want to say raw video of, I think, 20 minutes going all through the things that I think about it. I think I I was thinking the angered rabbit or whatever. If my if I try MMU without palette 2 as pro, I am lost. Maybe it keeps heated. Yeah. Um. Uh, Crazy. The carrot feeder. Oh? Okay, so I'm the crazy carrot feeder. Yeah. There are 4 components so far. The enraged carrot, rabbit carrot feeder. Care allows to use a high number of different filaments, tested up to 9 channels so far, and feed them one at a time. Print into the printer tool head. Is based on the forearm design and 4 extruder. I think that this looks very interesting. You can purge to a bucket with something like a big brain. Parts in bulk won't cost us. Yeah, we are living in the same region. You are living in Vara, right? Or in which city are you living, Lewis? Yeah, because if you want to be able to build this, I think you need to print a lot of parts for it. Also need to yeah. Also buy all the parts and then time to assemble everything together. So yeah, it's still costing a lot. Ah, Maastricht. Are you on Twitter, Lewis? Or some other social media where you can send me a direct message? I think this system looks amazing. Wow. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, I still didn't manage to do anything with the extrusions. Because I have the tendency to buy a lot of things but don't do anything with it. Just like buying a Hamera and not even use it. Yeah, that's me buying stuff. In the end, not using it. Maastricht. Yeah, I was there a few weeks ago. I was in Maastricht. Oder. Wieso will ich in Deutsch reden? Ich verstehe das nicht. Aber, anyways. So I was going to Belgium to see the 3D printing Belgium. I was thinking the same. Oh, Zolan has at least one Hemera more not using. Okay, so, whew, whew. I was going to build a Hemera tool changer at one point. Oh, ooh, that is. Do you also have the tool changer yourself? No, that I know. I know that you have a Frankenender, and now also the Anycubic Photo Mono 4K Red Lizard. I have the wrongest hot ends in the world. Is it really called Red Lizard? But I mean I like this. If I can, I really need to see I need to see which kind of materials goes in there and how expensive that it is going to be. I don't want to, buy the stuff and then not not going to assemble it or oh my gosh, a mosquito clone. Yeah, I've got a mosquito hot end, an original Slice Engineering mosquito hot end on my Voron V0.1. I own and 3 turned it into the Frank and Ender Ender 3 with mods with the Ender extender 410 500. Oh, that's a nice size. And the 3 still in box waiting for me in Houston. Did they call and say, Houston, we have a problem? You can get a deal on motors and servos? Wow, that's amazing. The Anycubic Mega 3 has clipper in it. I got for $20 on oh, that's a great deal. The longer orange 10 resin. Yeah. Nice, decent. Uh, Lewis, which kind of printers do you have? He is in Houston. Oh, cool. Oh, that's nice. Nice of him. She is neat. She is neat. Sounds almost Russian. She is neat. X5S. How is that printer doing from Tronxy? ANET A8 Plus. Soon improves. Cool. I'm thinking, Lewis, if you ever come visit me, then you can pick up the Ender 3 V2. I'm going to give it away, just for the heck. The X5S is a beast. Yeah, a lot of people are talking, bad about the Tronxy, but there are some potentials in it. If I'm doing more functional printing, there is an advantage to. Is there an advantage to resin? Like parts? The thing with resin is, you have way more details than normal FDM printing. I do need to say, if you no, but it's standing now there in the corner where the ANET ET4 was also standing, and I gave it also that one away. So if you ever want to come and visit, then feel free to pick it up, because it's standing there. There is a BL touch on it, but I am not really using it. But like this one, you will see partially, you will see the lines, but with resin, it's so detailed, it's so beautiful, it's perfect. If you're going to make a silicon mold of your part that you have printed in resin, you can get some nice models. No, nice. You have a nice mold to get more stuff. How would you call cast? No, casting you do with iron. I don't know. I would love to visit without getting a printer to visit. Yeah, it's your call, or else I'm going to make somebody else happy with it. In the future, I want to do more giveaways, but I'm limited to my budget, and maybe I can see if I can do something. Nylon will be the best for the most functional. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, wow. And which kind of resin is he using? ABS? I want the V2. What you think will mail you? Okay. Bring beer and food. Oh, that's great. Yeah, we can talk over the email with it, or just maybe some other social media platform where we can chat. Molding. I've considered getting a kiln. Oh, what was that? Oh, but for in the model rocketry, they are using heat of those, little motors. It's funny that they call that motors, but it's not really an engine. It's just propulsion of the stuff that they put in there. Just checking it out. Oh, the Tesla turbine. That is something very beautiful. Uh, yeah. Oh, it's that. Oh, yeah. Cool. And there is now FDM filaments that sinter to metal. Yeah, because when I was last week somewhere, there was a company that does metal 3D printing, and I asked them, "What is the temperature that you use on your 3D printers to, print at?" And they say, "Yeah, well, 1200, 1500 degrees Celsius." I was like, um, "Okay, never mind," because I know nowadays that there are filaments where metal is in there, and that you need to still treat it as metal. So you need to uh, wash it and then sinter it, so it's getting all melted together, and you will get a metal part. Um, I think I hope I have it still here. Yeah, I did. Uh, I'm a patron supporter, and I watched the video as soon as I saw that it was online. I wanted to see it. So this is a metal part 3D printed. Uh, it still needs to be, uh, you know, polished or post processed. Yeah, Zolan, me too. I also want something like that so that I have the possibility. But from the companies that I spoke with, they recommend if you are able to print that, collect all the parts and then send it to a company that does the other two post processing things. So the dang it. Uh, the I have since last week a 3D printing handbook as well. Oh my gosh! Yeah. The step before centering. How is that one called? Okay, have a nice safe trip home, Zolan. Thank you, my friend. I like the video on the printable QR tag. Oh, you did see that one that I make this little QR tag, but I don't know if I. Okay, thank you. I don't know for sure because mine was a little bit too high, but if it is a little bit lower, then it is easier to scan. Okay, non-fam. How was the metal printing post process? The step before sintering. Sintering is the part that you are going to heat it up, that everything is going to be, yeah, forged. Now I've got this 3D printing handbook by Ben Redwood, Philemon Schoeffer, and Brian Garrett. I picked this one up at the fair last week, all in English, and it's a great addition. This is something that I can really use if I get some little issues or want to explain a little bit more about metal printing process. Also using of fillets. Also designing support structures. Also very clear at which angle debinding and sintering. Debinding. I was thinking, ah, how is that called? How is it called? Dang it! But that process, debinding, is a a chemical process, right? It's not something that I can do in the garden or here. But this is an amazing book. There are also, for if you are designing things, um, also how to lay down your prints if it is functional and it needs to carry load. But just like I wanted to say with the overhang, I always see 45-degree angle. But I was like, yeah, 50 degrees, 60 degree, But you need to think about it, that if it is a degree lower than 45, so 40 or 30, then the overhang is going to, yeah, be terrible. The binding, you need to remove the binder, okay, yeah, the product linked the metal particles before sintering. It's done by heat. Okay, but sintering, what is sintering then? Is then, as you can see, I know nothing. Can you imagine? I did a video about metal printing because of the anycubic. What's the anycubic? Yeah, was there any cubic for metal? 4K metal? No. I don't know. I don't know. Let's go over your printer. When I'm there, I might be able to help you on bed leveling, probes, meshes, etc. Okay. Not that I have that much problems, but it's nice. I always like to meet up with people if possible. I have also a lot of things during weekends as well. But we will see. We will see. So yeah, I'm really happy with the handbook. It can help me if I am going to design things. I also saw something with something with a wall, you know. So there was also another thing that I wanted to talk about during this live stream. So for the moment, I'm not going to reply to the chat because I'm going to check on this printer, and they like the heat until a certain temperature. The binder is removed and then they heat up centering temperature to keep. Oh, so they heat it. What you're saying, they heat it 2 times. One time to remove the binder and then to center it to, get the permanent shape. Like this. Little sprocket. So, anyways, I'm going to continue with this because I saw on Twitter something that might look very interesting. 2 stages of heating. Yeah, and then of course the post-processing of polishing, or maybe doing some other things, maybe weld some other things to it. This is printed on one of the BCN 3D printers with the metal kit on it. And I'm like, if you can add to a Epsilon W27 a metal kit and print something like that, it should be printable. But then afterwards you still need to debind and center it. Okay, let's go here and I need to move my image to here because maybe I'm going to do something with the screen afterwards. So I saw from Zaribo, I saw this coming by on Twitter. It's the Quad Gantry Leveling Conveyor Belt 3D printer. I know it sounds a mouthful. It's not a pyramid shape, not a triangle. It's just a cube. But if you are looking to the design, you can already see that it looks a little bit different than we used to see. Like it is mentioned in the name, Quad Gantry Leveling Conveyor. Are all sides moving independently? Is this what they are implying to it? It's just an easy add-on to the ultra flat. Really? Wow. Ultra flat build plate coming soon. So I'm very interested. I see this screen. It does look like there is going to be a big 3-tech screen in there. I'm also wondering, is this a printer like a Voron or some other, like the Red Rig, that you need to, you know, get a bomb of materials, print some parts, and then you can build this yourself? Or is this something that you can buy? Because if I look to it, I see that the stepper motors already are on the bottom from the printer. There are 4 stepper motors in each corner. They didn't add it, but if you are looking to the back sides, so on the opposite side from the display, you have on the back side, you have a 2020 aluminum extrusion with on each side, on the left and on the right side, I can see that they didn't put a stepper motor in there. How does this thing work? So if I so the whole main board is underneath, because I can see a DIN rail underneath the whole thing. It's also a 2020 aluminum extrusions 2 times that they use. I also, you can clearly see right on the bottom, just here and here, you see a stepper motor, but I'm not really sure if they are attached to the belts that are on this side. And I also see something like here, a little boom arm. So I'm very curious about this quad gantry leveling conveyor belt 3D printer. How does it work? What can we expect from this? I see clipper, so it is going to run a clipper. I see also Prusa. This might be a very interesting printer. Prusa, Voron Design, Redrick, Ultimaker, a Core XY. But if you are looking to the belts here, of course, this is a Core XY. But where are the stepper motors? I would expect that the stepper motors would fit in here, but they didn't put it in the render. How does the belt run then? Because I see one belt here, so it would be attached here, then it runs all the way here. So a Core XY belts are always full loop, so somewhere there in the design should be the stepper motor. But of course, it is a render. There are some other things that you can see in the future if they also show the other sides of this Pandora box at this moment. I'm going to drag my base over here back to the original spot. If I do like this, then it is back to the original spot. After sintering, they impregnate the parts with a low melting temperature alloy to fill the pores so that the part become 100% filled. Oh, cool. It looks like a Voron with a belt. Yeah, I have the same kind of idea. The 2.4 Voron with a belt. But it's the frame itself is very thin. going to check if they have more. Printers and accessories. They don't have a website, so that is interesting. Check out the Conidal extruder. Any better than the isn't this something that Prusa developed? Are you seeing this? I'm going to put it on full screen. I'm seeing not a render. Yeah, so we are going back. So this is the printer. So after checking the Twitter account from this printer, I see more, way more. So what my thoughts were that the holes on the back side were actually the holes for the stepper motors to attach the A, B sides from the Core XY belt. So there is here a build plate on it, but they are going to make it into the belt printer. Like I mentioned, this is a bigger screen with a USB connector on here, a rotary click knob. Yeah, the big 3-tech screens do have that, but the Prusa screens do also have this. So this looks like it's a Bowden tube. There's a laser head, so this but anyways, this is looking very interesting. Smooth rods on this side, on the left and on the right side. Stepper motors, the controller box down here. Here's the power supply, I guess. So this is for laser engraving, I guess. Oh, so here on the back side, you will see the arm moving up and down. So, something like that. So the whole cable wire is going in here. So making sure that there are no bends. So I think that is pretty clever. Do they have more? Yeah, they are pointing to their are we lucky? Yeah, go watch it on YouTube. Yeah, okay. So this is not the belt printer. This is just the Core XY system. This is a render in this case, but it's more angles. They do have the stepper motors on the back side as well in this render. It's looking nice. It's something that's I think you need to build yourself. I think, but we will see what is going to happen. Cool. ZLC. They have a lot of stuff. So if you're on Twitter, check them out. Zaribo level cube. Quad gantry leveling for everyone. Why not? Hey, NSK971. How are you doing? I love its design, really. Yeah, I like the black, yellow black color. Bumblebee color. At North. Flashforge Europe, yeah. Yeah. So I'm very curious about this 3D printer. But yeah, we will see what future holds, right? Stream is still going well, right? I don't see any dropped frames, so nice. I'm still streaming at 60 frames per second. More than 8,000 kilobits per second, and CPU is still at less than 30%. So nice. Screaming. Streaming in full frame. Because the other times I was streaming at 1920 times 1200. So 16:9 ratio. Now I'm streaming just like normal on 1920 times 1080. Because yeah, I'm not a movie star. I'm just a random guy on YouTube. Oh, let's talk about my wonderful gaming PC. As you might know, I had the attempt, or I was attempting, I was trying out. There are many ways to say it. Anyways, I have a MacBook Pro, and I decided, hey, let's buy a new gaming PC, i7, with a GeForce RTX 3060 in it, 500 gigabyte on URAM or UDIM, at least for the C drive. An additional 1,000 or 1,500 gigabytes SATA drive, 16 gigabyte RAM, and I was like, gaming PC, this can work with my DaVinci Resolve, but problem started. I was busy with DaVinci Resolve, and I was like, why is my computer, going off, restarting, rebooting? I was like, oh, I missed something. And then it happened again. I was like, okay. And after a while, it was also, affecting the speed of editing. I mean, Yeah, if your computer shuts down without notice and it's restarting, of course you have some delay. But also during the editing process, it was not always going smoothly. So I decided, after also tweeting it out, to buy an extra RAM 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 memory of 16 gigabytes. So I have now 32, and I also had one hard disk drive spare. So I was also putting it in there to have some room to shove with the files, because if you are doing video editing video if you are making video if you are making videos with a camera like I'm using now for webcam, you can easily get um, a map filled with 21 gigabytes uh, on video footage. So you put that into a video editor software, and it is going to take a lot of time. But now, after after a while, I was like, I'm going to contact the brand MSZ and see if this computer needs a repair. Long story short, now the computer is for the second time to the company to be uh, parts that needs to be replaced, because in the first time um, this rebooting or restarting of the computer happened almost every single time. Doesn't matter if it was eventually resolved. Google Chrome, during a live stream it happened as well, some other things, and it was getting crazy. So after the first time of repairing, they changed the graphics card into the RTX 3060 Ti, a little bit better, but less G RAM memory. And they put a different kind of power supply unit in it. But after a few hours, I again get the same issues. Now it's sent it back again, and if I'm looking to the status, it's still being repaired, but I see that they are waiting on parts. I'm going to get a new graphics card, I'm going to get a new mainboard, a new power supply, and there were four things they are going to change on the board. Oh yeah, CPU. So new motherboard, a new CPU, a new graphics card, and a new power supply. There was a reason why I took the hard disk drive out, and also the RAM. I bought the computer mid-April, and it is now it's beginning of July. It's crazy. So, yeah, welcome to Windows. And can you imagine? I was busy with a game, Minecraft, for my other YouTube channel, Easy Zach, and the most annoying thing is you have a progress. The price of computer has dropped. Yeah, I bought this one for €1,600. So I'm very curious which kind of mainboard I'm going to get, which kind of CPU, which kind of GPU. Or what I can I'm not sure what I'm going to call the company, because MSC is not repairing it. A company that does that for them, a authorized repair shop, is doing that. So yeah, so I'm going to ask them this coming week what they are going to do with it, and maybe checking with MSZ if they can, compensate, because I'm not just a guy that plays a Minecraft game. I had some serious issues because I lost almost everything from Minecraft. Not that it is terrible, but you have to always you know make it bigger than it is. But I have to start something all over again and stop a YouTube video series because the computer wasn't good. I mean, I know MSC for a very long time. I know that those computers are very reliable, but I don't know what was the problem or what was wrong. But since that they are going to use change the CPU, the main board, the GPU and power supply, that means I'm basically getting a new computer in the same case. I would ask for a refund. Maybe I can ask if MSC can. Yeah, I don't want to ask for a refund, but see if there is a possibility to make a better upgrade. But they order it, so I don't think that would be possible. But I was posting this a lot of times on Twitter, and every single time I tagged MSC Gaming in it, but they never ever responded to my tweets because I'm not famous enough, I guess, on YouTube. Yeah, if they upgrade, that will be good. Yeah, but just the fact, if you have a graphics card where the website from MSC itself says that it needs 500, 550 watts on power, yeah, and the power supply is just 500 watts, is that not a little bit too weak? But the thing is, I was running a GPU stress test, with the eye and everything moving around. It was running for an hour and nothing happened. But then I'm using DaVinci Resolve and bloof. There are you know what I don't like? Googling something, you find something, you're going to try it, and plop, nothing. Just nothing. And then you are, for example, on a MacBook, I run DaVinci Resolve, isn't the fastest. It doesn't save time. It costs a little bit more time. But I can run DaVinci Resolve on my laptop, on my MacBook, go away for an hour, come back, and it still is. The program is still running. But if I did that with gaming PC, even though I always set the energy settings. Yeah, since the computer was attached to power supply, no battery needed. But I always set it to screen out after 2 hours and computer on sleep mode after 4 hours, something like that. But if I was talking to my wife here in the room for 50 minutes, within 10 minutes it just poof, shut down and restart because of a little bug. I never had that with well, I don't want to say never had that with the MacBook, but yeah, it still works. But it is with video editing, it is pretty slow. Sometimes in my thought, a keyboard is through the screen. But I did my best yesterday on the video edits. I try a little bit different things and see how that works. I do need to say that it looked way better. That video, I'm curious. Yeah, I'm doing biertjes. So I'm going to check. So the video from today, the closer look on the Ender 3S1 Plus, is now watched 78 times, which is surprising because normal Creality printers are going very well. But hey, looks nice. I have an HP PC that I upgraded. GPU needed a 3D printer to hold the new Hey, a very nice practical 3D print. I was today thinking about the housing is very nice of the computer, but basically with a 3D printer you can make every kind of housing. Nonfam says I have the same PC since 2013, 9 years old now. I never had any problem. I changed the power supply unit, added some parts. It's still running great. Yeah, it's very annoying, but I hope that when I'm going to get the computer back after the repair for the second time, that I won't have any issues. If I do get issues, I'm going to contact MSC directly and I'm going to ask if they can do something about it, because it's insane. A 1,700 euro costing gaming PC that doesn't run smooth or just shuts down. I wanted to start a subscription on Adobe Premiere Pro for video editing. I put it on there because I thought maybe it's lighter for my computer, but no. Same issue. And the thing is, I'm so used to DaVinci Resolve that it takes me a lot of time to learn something like Adobe Premiere or some other video editors. So yeah, I really need to check if I'm I really need to check how the computer is going to be, and I hope I'm going to get it back this week. because I think almost 2 weeks ago I sent it away. I before I sent the 3D before I sent the computer away, I bought a power supply unit from Cooler Master. It was a 750 watts power supply unit. I installed it, I attached all wires, I put the computer on, and I was like, I'm going to test this one, see what happens. I just ordered that power supply unit for trying that out. After 15 minutes that I installed it and rebooted the computer, I just, took everything out and put it back in the box because the problem was still there. Yeah, but what can we do about it? About such kind of problems? I hope it is just one time that I have this problem and that it was a bad mainboard or motherboard. We will see. Time will tell. It's the story of my life. So I'm very curious about the Kaiwu 3D IX 3D printer. It's going to be huge, so I need to have some space or some room here. So these parts I printed in ABS for the Tic-Tac UEI UEI UE3 3D printer. I think that this looks pretty nice. Yeah, I used a little Stanley knife to get the brim away so that it looks nice and smooth. So for this part, the orientation is very crucial. I help. I pick up the ender. Yeah, cool. Maybe I give Mr. Maker also a printer. So for this part, the best way is to lay it flat, in my opinion. I've tried like this, but I don't know what happened, but I got a weird bump in this side, and that side should be flat. But further, yeah, well, this here little edge bender. But anyways, there is going to be extrusion right in the middle, and it is going to be attached pretty well, and hey, nobody will notice it. Or maybe, I don't know. So this is the current status of my print. That's not. Yeah, supports on ABS can be so difficult. Yeah, because you need to have a very dense, solid top layer or ceiling, so that your ABS is going to rest on it as well without a little warp. So, yeah. Woo! Nobody wants to see the ugly face up close. So yeah, as you can see, the color there is a huge color difference. I think the better choice would have been to use this one, the Polyterra. Because in the end, this one looks a little bit more oranges. But I think, in my opinion, that you won't see the difference that great, because I think they are not touching each other. Really love the Sidewinder. Do you? Does not catch fire. I have there my opinions about. But anyways, if you're looking carefully, you will see here a little box with some filament. You might be wondering what's in the box. Of course, I'm going to show it because, hey, it's an hangout and chat. And I like to chat. I did not say that I'm a chat, okay? Is that a bad thing, by the way? Being a chat? There are no women in the chat, right? Sometimes I have such a bad joke. Oh my gosh. I'm just laughing my butts off. Does it? So, unfortunately, the Filament 1 factory warehouse in Europe was going to close. Not in the US, but in Europe it's going to close. And therefore, they had 72 hours until closing. So, my discount on the filament was 72%. I always saw filament 1 filaments passing by, and I was like, I really want to try those out, but they are so expensive. I've got PLA PLA S Pro Select. The filament I have from Filament 1 Premium. Look at this big spool. They don't say how much filament is on the spool, huh? Oh no. There is no vacuum, and I see that the filament is loose in the spool. So I'm going to tag a company, because it's supposed to be like that. I hope you can see it. It's supposed to be like that, but I don't see it. I see that it just is hanging loose because it's snapped. So I need to be very careful, because I don't want to oh yeah, the Sidewinder. There is a video going on. You are not on Twitter, right? Okay. So there is a video on TikTok, Joel telling, um, responding or reacting in a duet about somebody that had a smoking issue on the Sidewinder X2. I watched the other video, but I'm not really sure because the guy did an unboxing on the Sidewinder X2 and he was printing, and then his hot end starts to smoke. But he also mentioned something about a thermistor that he changed because it was broken or something. So I've got here also another color. It is looking nice. But one thing that I notice is they don't have any vacuum in it. It's all loose bags and no vacuum sealed. And I've got also something that I can not use. I think so. At this moment, I've got a build plate, the Ulti-Stick 220 x 220. So far, I cannot remember if I have any printer with that kind of build plate. Well, it was cheap. Because the Creality says 235, 235. The CR20Bs, they are small but deep. So I need to measure them as well. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm very curious why I don't have any box in it, so that it is easier to store, because I don't like spools being like this. So maybe I'm going to load the blue filament up to my what is it? My QD tag. Maybe it will fit on the 810T. I'm not really sure about that. Right, mate. No, 235. 235. No. No. Maybe. Yeah. So yeah, the bed is this because the bed that I have on the G Tech is from the Focus Odin, and it fits perfectly on it. I wanted to have a glass bed. So I'm going to open this package because I want to have uh, no messed up filament. I really didn't want to do this. I want to use this kind of filament for other things. Because the color is very nice. So I hope there is no so now it's fine, but I hope there is that I saw it in time and that it just happened when I took the spool out and that it was not shifting because yes. No, it's also yeah, it would fit. Yeah, it would fit on my CTC Prusa, but the only problem that I have, there is something in the mechanics not really right because I will always get a layer shift somewhere on the Y axis because the bed frame is 3D printed in PLA. But still holds nice. Nobody noticed. I don't want to print useless things. Belt tension. Oh yeah, no, there the belt tension is what oopsie. Huh? Oh yeah, PLA, yeah. No, the thing is, I was working on the frame, the whole frame from the for the Z Gantry, and I I I also I had this template. I had this template cut out of aluminum. The frame looked nice, Not perfect, but doable, you know. And then the frog, the bed frame, I also cut, but I didn't like how it looks like. It was terrible. It was it was awful, and I didn't want to show it on camera. I messed up. Um, but if you have only a what was it? What did I use for it? A hacksaw and a drill. That were the only tools that I used. And oh yeah, also a ras a, ra- a file to grind away the sharp edges. So I had to come up with an idea that was fast enough. And did I? No, I think I did do it in the video. The aluminum bed frame. I'm not sure. This is I think 2 years ago. But I searched on Thingiverse. I found one, and I 3D printed it. I took some screws. I put the screws in and just installed it, and it looked nice. I could get prints out of it. A PLA bed mount with an heated bed of 60 degrees on it. That is Zachary. That's my signature. Does it work? Yes, it does work. Um, I'm thinking. Do I have some other prints on from it that I can show? Yeah, I do have. Ba-da, ba, ba-da. So as you can see, this is a stream, not any program that I run. Yeah, stream OBS broadcasting. My book videos. Uh, I'm by the way, this is a top secret part of the universe, but you only see it here on Zachary 3D prints, right? But this is same. These are all the files that I use for my videos, and as you can see, on 14th of October 2020, I have made a file called BQ Core XY is coming. I'm still waiting. Where do I have it here? I don't think I have them here. Where are thou? Oh, within a few weeks, I will also receive the JLabo J1 or the Snapmaker J1 as it is called now. I'm very curious about that. And yes, you are seeing this correctly. Interview with Jade about the Kickstarter campaign. I had a interview with her. She's amazing. She's cool. Hmm. Do I have it here? So I will check here. So I will double click on it so that it will be bigger, of course, in a different. So left is the CTC Prusa i3 MK2 clone, a Prusa clone. That was the printer where I started my YouTube channel with. This is one of the very first videos. It's or that I made the very first video with. This printer really never printed anything decent out of it. Was all crap and all other words that you can name it. If it works, it ain't stupid. That is true. So in the end, I found out that on the left corner here, the plywood was banded. So it didn't matter how well I leveled my bed, it never got any decent print coming out of it because of that corner. So I had also a parts cooling fan attached to it, but it never worked. I had zero knowledge about 3D printers. The only thing that I could know or that I had some knowledge about was how to make it look nice and decent. So you see all everywhere on the cables, you see just normal tape to make sure that it is all bundled well. Also using a lot of zip ties and also the cable wrap. And on the right hand side, you see the end product. You see the printer that doesn't look like before. And I invested a lot of money in it as well because a lot of part I had to buy. For example, the display has a rotary dial. That dial was a little bit higher, so I had to cut it down a little bit because I want to have a knob, a dialing knob to it that was looking exactly the same as on the Prusa machine. I want to have a metal frame for it. Maybe I'm thinking about it to the only thing that I need, and I'm going to check with a company located in the US, and they are making etched extrusions. So probably I'm going to, yeah. I know what is going to happen. I know myself. But I'm thinking about it to just put a little effort in it, because the power supply, it's still the original, it's still 12 volts, and the whole machine is built on this 12 volts. So the main board is also the 12 volts Rambo. Every the stepper motors, for the stepper motors it's not a problem, but the things like the fans and everything, I had to look that I was ordering parts for the 12 volt, not the 24 volts. Or you, no, wait, or you redesign the screen holder and print the knob with knob. No, I just really cut from the potentiometer from that was that is on the PCB from the LCD screen. I just cut it with the Dremel so that it would fit nice and snug on it. I can redesign. Well, did you send a link to the cheapest extrusion? I did send you. Yeah, you did. You did. I've got a laser engraver, which can also burn things, or what you call it? Engrave things with laser. And I'm wondering, am I able to also do that on ionized aluminum extrusions as well? But that's just a thought. But I mean, how the printer turned out, it is looking amazing. I'm very proud of. For the first bit and last bit of the print, I don't care. Everything else looks amazing. I can remember that I got some nice prints out of it. Order some. I would love to help. Nice. We can check if you come and visit me one day, then we can check it out. Cannot promise if I'm actually going to order it, because of, you know, I don't have a lot of money. I do have YouTube. I do get some payments, but I have also, you know, a family that I need to and also pay the bills. Yes, you can laser and iron. Yeah, because that would be nice to make a nice pattern on iodized aluminum extrusions. That looks very sick, you know. So I was just looking to the current print. It's a small part. It's long and it's getting higher, or it's wide, thin, and it's getting higher. So it was crossing my mind. Does it really make a difference if you put it like that, or if you put it like that, or if you put it a little bit diagonal on the build plate? Yeah, indeed. And I mean, I there are a lot of things that I need to learn, and I also need to have time to do that. But that is something that crosses my mind, because I've got from Congro, I've got a laser engraver. I think it was 5 or 10 watts. I'm not really sure. But I can burn things. Really, I can burn things. And if I cannot laser engrave it, I've got still CNC possibility. But I think doing something like that, some special pattern for 2020 aluminum extrusions, 2040 aluminum extrusions, or 4040 would look sick, right? And you know, on a site like RepRep, you can buy a Prusa i3 frame. I think 80 euros for that. That is the frame and the bed. But for always when I'm checking, always it's they advertise with it, but they don't have it. So then, well, advertise it. It's this little thing that I think, if you don't want it, if you don't want to, don't advertise with it. I'm not going to say too much, but if you think about it, you know what I mean. But anyways, I'm still wondering what I'm going to do with this nice blue filament. You can get frame cheaper for real. Yeah, but then you have those AliExpress frames, but I don't like them because they say aluminum, but it's not aluminum. But we can look together. We can look together. Just like this, then like that. There you are. AliExpress. How long are you in a 3D printing? Print it. Yes, you can also print a frame, but you need to have a printer big enough to print the whole thing, because the last thing that you want is printing parts of the frame and then blue filament is there to print. What? Oh, you mean print the frame with the blue PLA filament? No, that's not strong enough. Oh yeah, somebody did mention it. 3D print. Only 3 years. Wait. So, if I understand it correctly, you are printing since 2019 for yourself, but 11 years because you are in a company that works with 3D printers? Oh, you worked on Mendel's. My first 3D printer that I saw was on the TU Eindhoven, Technical University Eindhoven, in 2011. There I saw the first 3D printer, and I saw 3D printed models from a printer, not the printer itself. But I was like, I have heard of it. I see something physical, and was like, that is cool. I think the Banshee did not exist 11 years ago. But if you're talking with people that are in 3D printing, if you say boat or 3D printing, If somebody says 3D printing, the bench is the first thing that always comes to my mind. Except for the printer itself, of course. But so somebody says that there are some huge deals on AliExpress when it comes to 3D printers. Let me check in our already almost 3 hour during live stream. Hey, there's the 2060. And 3D printing is still a miracle. Yeah. Especially when a print doesn't fail, then it's a miracle. Sorry. Each print I set up, I'm amazed. Yeah, it's true. It's amazing for the cash. Yeah, indeed. Because my first printer, the one that I showed, that one was 85 euros, and then with shipping costs, everything, it was like 120 euros. It cost 120 euros. And the Ender 3 Pro was my second printer. That one I'm not sure. I think I paid 200 euros for that. I don't know how I got it. I just ordered it, and I was telling to myself, I'm just going to buy a other printer, and just going to try it again and see what is going to happen, because printers cannot be that bad, Currently 5 people watching. If you just joined, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit the notification if you want not miss any of my videos that I post on weekly base. Currently I'm working on different kind of secret projects, and if you want to know more, you don't want to miss out, I've got here a Tycoon 3D printer, an IDEX 3D printer that I'm going to do an unboxing, build, and first print in one video, so that you don't have to watch an whole live stream with me talking with other people and just not focusing on the build itself. Further, I'm going to make some amazing belt printer. Normally you have a instruction. Well, this one doesn't have any instruction, just some pictures. So based upon pictures, I'm going to assemble the whole thing. If I say build according to pictures, I mean like guessing what you need to use at a certain time of your build, where to start first. Those things I'm all going to figure it out. I've got 4 weeks in total, because this coming week, because I did now a news and update, more tomorrow is also a news and update video coming out. But anyways, so next week I'm going to do the unboxing of the printer. 2 weeks later I'm going to do the another news and updates, and after that I'm going to hopefully post the video of the build of the TIGTAC UE3 belt printer. Yeah, 3D printers are amazing for the cash. Curious, what printer will you make into a belt printer? You are curious. I'm going to use the Creality Ender 3 Pro for that. Well, it needs or an Ender 3 or an Ender 3 Pro or an Ender 3 V2. Guess which one I'm not going to use. I don't have the normal Ender 3. I'm going to take some more Dutch vodka. Mm, yeah, but I can, based upon pictures, I can show you how the printer will look like. So this is the belt printer. This is how it looks like. So as you can see, here, this is the bottom part of the Ender 3. This is the gantry from the Z-axis. So this part and these two are from, no, that isn't 20, no, 40 40. So yeah, there are a lot of parts that you need to guess. It's a huge printer, but you need to think about it that the last part is an extension. But it's still a 45-degree angle printer. You are going to reuse the parts from your Ender 3 or Ender 3 Pro. Yeah, so as mentioned, so you have this part, and you can already see the part being on the picture. So you will get here a 40/40 aluminum extrusion, and here is one 20/40 coming in. Here is going to be a pulley with the timing belt for the Core XY system, and here a 20/40, and then that part is done. So it's going to be guessing. So because I don't want to do it in a live stream, but make videos just on the moment that I'm going to continue with it. It is much more easier to follow. It's going to make more sense. I like the Teaching Tech Super Racer Delta belt printer. It's wicked. Yeah, indeed, it's wicked. But so currently, if it is correct, I'm printing the tool drawer housing, and it's getting bigger. So I'm really curious how how the top part is, because I'm now currently at 80%. To be honest, I like the outtake takes. People can learn a lot. Um, yeah, just let us no, let I sketch a little situation. Today, I responded to a guy who didn't like one of my videos. Well, those viewers you always have. But in this case, I was a video that I have made, I think, a year ago. It was adding a BL touch to the Creality and the 3 Pro with a big 3-tech board installed. That's a huge print on the Sidewinder. Yeah, because the only way I could print it and it could work without throwing away a lot of filament, because you can also lay it flat, but yeah, I have a whole bridge to cover, so the only way was up. The only way is up. um um so this guy, he said, why couldn't you give a warning up front before going uh, before letting people go through the whole process of installing the wire, and then later on finding out that the wire was not correct? And I'm like, there is this intro where I mention something like with the wire that there is something, if there is something wrong. Also beforehand I did mention something. It was like, you see, I show the wire schematics from end claps, where on the side from the BL Touch you see all the colors and to which pin from the probe on your main board is going to. People can already see that, right? But then in the end, they find out that they make a mistake as well. I don't know. I don't know anything, or I'm not always, you know, the guy who knows everything. I'm thinking I'm this type of guy. This is a type of channel. I'm going to try something. I'm going to follow not I'm not going to say follow instructions, but a lot of things that I do because, yeah, I want to learn something. Noob perspective. So, for example, I have the idea, I want to print something out of metal, or I want to do some metal printing on one of my printers. Can I do something like that without changing the whole machine? And also with the mindset, if I can do it, other people can do the same thing. If I run into an issue, yeah, sometimes I start making recordings, and then 2 or 3 days later I'm going to continue with the recording. But nowadays I'm going to make videos of the whole process, or I'm going to make some little video clips, shoot some pictures, and then from everything that I have encountered, I'm going to mention that based upon a voiceover. So the way of working has changed dramatically in the last 2.5 years. So when I was rewatching that video, I was like, oh my gosh, why is the intro so long? I had really, in the first month, I had problems with the intro. it was for me like I need to see that, I need to say this, I need to say that, I need to say. You need to want to cover everything that everybody is learning, you know. But I'm like, no, Mr. Beast can make a drawing hook or intro or a catchphrase, or no, not a catchphrase. How is it called? Um, it has a certain name, but anyways, uh, if I shoot the clip, I will always call it hook. It is something that people get a little introduction of the video, where the video is going to be about. You don't want to spoil everything, but you don't want to also be not too mysterious. Sometimes I make little jokes. Sometimes I, yeah, no, most of the times I want to make some little jokes or some little cryptical information about it. For the belt printer, I had some tries, you know, some takes on how to say it, but eventually I said something like, "You always want to have your own belt printer, but the current belt printers on the market are way expensive, and you don't have any budget for that. But you do have an Ender 3 laying around collecting dust. Maybe you can make your own belt printer using the TikTok UE3 belt printer. It's an open source 3D printer, and you need to print the parts, you need to order the other things that you might need for the build, and you can build it yourself." Something like that. So yeah, yeah, and I was looking at the video and I was like, man, I can waste a lot of time with talking in those kind of videos. So in in YouTube you have also a editing feature to take some things out a video. That is possible. So I did. The video was 14 or 15 minutes long. I don't know how long it is now. Yeah, I don't know where it is. But I mean, if you make videos now, they will be different than I will make over a year. So like great intro. Yeah, in the early days, my intros could be like 1 minute and 20 seconds, something like that. But I try to talk clear and fast as possible. So you might try. I don't have any scripts. I have things in my head that I want to say, or I'm making little jokes. But the intro of today's video was less than 50 seconds, and then yeah, I don't need to introduce myself who I am. People say, yeah, well, you it's always great to introduce yourself, but if I say Zachary 3D prints, I mean, who's Zachary? I mean, if I would make videos with two people, yeah, then it makes sense to, you know, introduce so that people know, oh, this guy is Zachary, the other guy is Mike, just saying something. Then yeah, it makes sense. But anyways, it's I had not. This was an introduction of my earlier videos. Hello, this is Zachary, and welcome to this YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit the notification to get the latest news and updates right in your YouTube alerts. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on TikTok or on Twitter, Zachary_Bagger. And thanks for being here. Did you know that I also have a Patreon that you can support this channel on monthly base? Well, check out the link in the description of this video. Something like that. There was a long time I had to forget the that as an introduction because it is way too long. Sometimes the hook, the little music video, and or the stinger, and the introduction of the channel. Sometimes it took 2 minutes for the whole thing. People don't want that. People want to have quick, concise videos. And if your introduction costs 2 minutes, if I would lay that on a video now, I would have just 5 minutes left of the video. I mean, yeah. So the video from the BL Touch where this guy was complaining about was 14 minutes long. I wanted to see how long the video is now. Reactions. Not responded. No. So the video original was 15 minutes long. Now it's 11 minutes and 38 seconds. But I have in total views 9,300 views. Yeah, and people saying don't buy this 3D printer. Yeah, which printer? Because I'm talking about 4 different printers. It's always fun when people respond something like that. Currently I'm streaming for 3 hours and 14 minutes. Cool. AliExpress 3D printers. Well, brands that sell printers via AliExpress. Do you do that sometimes, Louis, or some other people who are watching this? Who's still alive in the chat, or who is, except for Louis, who else is active or is there watching my live stream? Post. Thanks, man. Thanks. I can remember that somebody of King Rune had contacted me. I am not really sure what was the outcome of it. The new G-Tech A30T. I don't know. There was also a company contacting me about the G-Tech Myanmar 3D printer, and I was interested. I was like, sounds great, but they said I need to place an order on Amazon, and after a positive review, I could ask for a refund. And I was like, you know, we can also turn it around. You will send me the printer for free, and I will put some time and efforts in it to make videos about it and advertise it like that. And I will use the link, whatever link that you want me to use, in the video description of the video. So, but I'm not going to buy a printer if I don't have any money for it? I mean, the all printer prices all together, I'm just guessing, but the other time when I calculated everything, almost 8,000 euros on 3D printers. And because of the taxes, I have made a little um, little inventory about or little administration about how many that I spent last year on everything related to the YouTube channel Zachary 3D Prints. 5,560 euros. And then you ask, how much can you earn with a 3D printing channel your size? Well, good you ask, because I earned with YouTube last year 3,211 euros. That includes the Google payment, the affiliate links that I use from AliExpress and Google. No, AliExpress. I mean Amazon and AliExpress and Patreon. That are the 4 income streams for the YouTube channel. So yes, you heard it correctly. I earned 3,200, but I spent 5,500. So you can imagine that I put also a lot of private money into the YouTube business. Hey, no fam. I have some of those refund people contacting me. Yeah, because what I don't like about the structure, how they do that. No, I cannot show that, but this is how they work. They start talking to you. Hi, I'm blah blah blah. I see that you have a no. They don't. They usually don't say that I have a YouTube channel, but usually they say, "From are you interested in buying this printer or buying this item?" And I'm like, no, I'm not interested in buying it. And then they come with the proposal. You buy a 3D printer. You place an order on Amazon. You make the PayPal payment via a PayPal account. So you are not paying it to Amazon. Yeah, so you are paying them. They will do something. I don't know what they are going to do, but on one way, Amazon is going to ship it to you. Yeah, and if you place a positive review, they can refund you. It is how they write it. So I would say, hey, non-fam, if you help me, maybe I'm going to, say it louder. Maybe I'm going to help you. Or I'm going to help you if I have time. Something like you hear in the sentence already. Okay, so what if he doesn't have time? He will never help me then. Something like that. Oh, I can look it up. I have so many of those chats. So many. And it's always females. Why women contacting me about this? Hi, friend. Do you have any experience for 3D printing? Yes, I have a YouTube channel about 3D printing. Zachary 3D prints with 4.4k subscribers and monthly views of 35,000 views. Is there something I can help with? Do you have do you have interest for the Miser S 3D printer, the GTEC? Uh, yes, but I'm also chatting with somebody else about it. Okay, I see. So I will take that chat. Jesse. So you tell me if this is a good offer or not. It is going about the uh, Miser S1. Um, Miser S, yeah. It's it's a GTEC printer. Can you please send me the Facebook link? I responded, which Facebook link? The person who contacted with you. Sometimes customer may meet scammer with a sad face. Uh, Last one, they offered me an IDEX for 300 Canadian dollar, full refund after 5 star. I told them no 3D printer I know is 5 star, so not interested in inflating the Amazon rating. Yeah, because that is all what they do. So when would you like to test it? This woman starts asking after a while of chatting about certain things. When would you like to test it? What do you mean? You sent it to me to review on YouTube. Just as we discussed, you can get it finally with a 200 euro payment. You can order from Amazon first. When you finish the review on YouTube, I refund you your payment 200 plus PP fee. I don't know what PP fee means, but anyways. How do you think about that? That's not possible for me. I have no funds and I don't post reviews on Amazon. I'm sorry. Thank you for your time. No review on Amazon on YouTube. If you don't accept a refund, I can also apply a discount code for you. Is that okay? Usually they send free of charge and the freedom to do the review and bring open for constructive criticism or suggestions. So this is not the most best um, examples. So yeah, also people like for the King Rune printers. Looking forward to work with you if you are doing 3D business. Did you hear our brand before King Rune? But she was trying to sell me printers to for me to sell. Yeah, I basically can do that, but I don't have any budget to buy printers in bulk. um Yeah, I've got a lot of chats here. Some I always keep. This is quite funny because that was for the X1, the Bamboo Labs. No, I think that I usually throw those chats away. But those people are always, trying to give you apparently trying to give you a full refund after a 5-star review. But I think in the terms of Amazon, it's the product is good or not. But buying 5-star reviews to get at a higher top, make sure that you make better printers, that you at least get a 3 or 4-star review, right? Non-stick, non-fem. Or companies that sending me emails and I respond to it and I will never hear anything back. That happens as well. Because a few times, Make a Pie 3, wonderful 3D printer. I respond to it. Hey, I'm interested. What do you want? What do you need from me to, get the unit shipped to me? Also, the Maker P1, the voice controlled 3D printer. They contacted me. I said yes, and afterwards I never heard of it. Kaiwu 3D was quite funny because Kaiwu sent me an email to one of my other email addresses, and I said, hey, I'm Zachary from Zachary 3D Prints. I'm interested. This was in December last year. And long story short, they said I didn't meet the MOQ in order to receive such kind of review unit. A few months later, and they contacting me via my other email if I'm interested in the IDEX 3D printer. But they sent a whole story there about how Kaiwu 3 was started and that they started on Kickstarter, and I was like, did you ever saw one of my videos? I mean, look on Kaiwu and you will find my videos. But anyways, I have a IDEX 3D printer. I said, well, I can use a new printer to also keep my videos a little bit higher, because if you and that's a thing, huh? If you have a 3D printing channel and you cover 3D printing on it a lot, for me it's not only a tool, but it is also a thing that I would like to show other people. So if companies or big companies don't ship any printers to you, then you don't have nothing new to show, and especially if printers break. Yes, I did get it. I did mention it when I was looking to my email. Because that was the moment that I said biertje drinken. Um, So, anyways. So yeah, I did get your email. I see that it's now almost 2 o'clock. I'm going to end the live stream in a few minutes. I'm not going to do anything on AliExpress because I still see big prices. So I need to make a little bit more videos because I did see something passing by which is kind of interesting. Yeah, or maybe not. I accepted 2-3 times to get refunds on post of prints made with the filament. I didn't say anything really about the filament, but more about the result. Not influencing anyone. Yeah, there is a resin printer manufacturer contacted me, Bassen. And this lady, she said that she liked my videos. And she wants to send me some resin. And she says, I'm also fine. Just send me your media kit and also your payment for the video. I was like, can I do that? I mean, I'm boss, but I'm not doing that much with resin printing because still after 1 year and just use it several times. Yeah, it prints nice. I do like the finish, but I don't like the mess. So I am going to end the live stream because I really need to go to bed. I don't know what my plans are for next Friday, but since I also need to do an unboxing for the Kaiwu 3 IDEX 3D printer, there are some things that I really want to do. I think I'm going to post a little bit more videos than usual next week. But we will see what is going to happen. Tomorrow I'm going to release the video about the Swapper 3D, maybe also about the other 3D printer, the Zaribo, and yeah, we will see. Hey, Lewis, thank you, non-fam. Thank you, everybody else who is still watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you're re-watching this live stream and you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, hit the notification button, and we will see